Hello everyone, welcome to another international cricket preview. Today I'm previewing the up-and-coming one-day international series that is taking place in Australia between Australia and Pakistan. Before I get into that preview though, let's have a look back at the recent test series that took place between the same two sides, Australia and Pakistan. So of course a lot of hype surrounding this series before it started at the Gabba. Of course, both sides were coming off series losses. Of course, Australia were coming off a real kind of bad series loss against South Africa. Of course, they did win the last test of that series, but the first two tests of that series were not real great. So they were looking to make amends with their new side, with a lot of new young players in. Of course, Pakistan were also looking to bounce back as well. So it was a very interesting series actually, and I was surprised at how well Australia actually did. They claimed a 3-0 whitewash. The first test was quite close. It did start in Australia's favour, but then Pakistan were able to get back into it thanks to a Shafiq century in that test, and however it didn't get them over the line. Australia were able to win by 39 runs. Smith and Hanscombe got centuries in that match. A rain-interrupted game in the second test. Of course, the Boxing Day test resulted in Australia winning by an innings and 18 runs. There was a little bit of rain that kind of delayed some part of the game, but there were we were able to get a majority of the game done. Of course, in that game, Warner and Smith got centuries. Ali got 205 not out in that game, in that test, the second test, the Boxing Day test, of course, at the MCG. And then the third test at the SCG in the series, Australia won by 220 runs. Renshaw, Warner and Hanscombe all got centuries in that match. So a real dominant series win by Australia in the end. Pakistan, I suppose they were quite bad. Australia were outstanding, and really looking forward now to getting into the one-day international series. So the 2017 Victoria Bitter one-day international series between Australia and Pakistan features 5 one-day internationals. It starts on Friday the 30th of January at the Gabba. The second one-dayer is at the MCG, of course, the home of cricket, the home of sport really, on Sunday the 15th of January. The third one-dayer at the Wacker on Thursday the 19th of January, so they get a couple of days break, the teams, to fly over there to Perth. And then the fourth one-dayer is at the SCG, and then it all finishes on Australia Day, the 5th one-day international at the Adelaide Oval. All games will start at 2:20 PM local time, and all matches, of course, broadcasted on Channel 9. Okay, let's now have a look at the squads. Now, Australia's squad is very, very interesting. Some players have been brought into the side, mainly due to Big Bash form. Of course, that has played a really big part in producing and selecting this side for the series against Pakistan. Of course, Steve Smith and David Warner both feature in the side. Usman Khawaja also there. Mitch Marsh, Travis Head, Chris Lynn, a very, very big inclusion to the one-day international side. Of course, he has been absolutely lethal for the Brisbane Heat in BBL 06 so far, and the Brisbane Heat will actually miss him, I reckon. James Faulkner also in the side, as well as Glenn Maxwell. Matthew Wade there as the keeper. Mitchell Stark, Josh Hazlewood, Pat Cummings also in the side. You then have Adam Zampa, and a real interesting inclusion, Billy Stanlake, who has been a really, really good influence in the Big Bash as well. So that's the Australian squad. A very, very interesting squad. A quite good squad as well. And the Pakistan side features Captain Ali along with Shahjil Khan, Babar Azam also there, Shahabit Malik. Remember he played for the Hobart Hurricanes a few years ago. Just thought I'd mention that. Asad Shafiq is also in the side. Asmer Akmal is there as well. Mohammed Riswan, Ahmed Wasim, Mohammed Nawaz also in the side. Mohammed Omar. You also have Wahab Ristaz, Hassan Ali, Rahat Ali, Mohammed Ifan, Shafaz Ahmed, and finally Mohammed Hafez. So that is the Pakistan side for the series against Australia. Let's now have a look at both teams' one-day international form in its last 5 matches. We'll start with Australia's one-day international form. You might remember just before I previewed, when I previewed the Australia v New Zealand one-day international series, they had actually lost their last 5 one-day internationals. Well, that has changed now because they won all 3 matches in that New Zealand series, and they've won 3 and lost 2. Of course, 2 of those were against South Africa in that 5-0 whitewash series. But you can see they're very, very comfortable winners in that New Zealand series that they had just participated in. The first one day they won by 68 runs. They then went on to win by 116 runs in the second one day of that series, and then finished off with another convincing game, winning by 117 runs. Pakistan's one-day international form is quite good as well. They've won their last 4 matches, only losing 1 of their last 5. That was against England, where the Poms won by 4 wickets. They won their 5th one-day, which was in fact their only win in that series against England, by 4 wickets, Pakistan. And then they were able to whitewash the West Indies in a series against them, 3-0 in those 3 games. Pakistan won by 111 runs in their first one day. The second one day they won by 59 runs, and then finally won the last one day by 136 runs. So Pakistan's form is quite good at one-day international level at this present stage. Okay, now let's have a look at Australia v Pakistan head-to-head in terms of one-day internationals. Their most recent game against each other in the one-day international format was in the World Cup, the 2015 World Cup, right here in Australia. It was a quarter-final, and Australia won by 6 wickets. That was at the Adelaide Oval. So, of course, Australia did come into bat, got 4 for 216. Pakistan only were able to make 213 and were bowled out. So yeah, that's their most recent one-day international game against each other. So to finish off the preview, I think Australia are going to win this series. I think it will be a very close series, but I think Australia will win. They probably won't whitewash Pakistan. I think Pakistan will win a one-dayer, but I think Australia is going to win this series. They have a good side, and after that New Zealand series, they'll be coming into this series with a lot of confidence. So that is it for this preview, this one-day international series preview between Australia and Pakistan. Thank you very much for watching. Of course, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. I've got some more content coming. And until next time, enjoy the series. Bye for now.